let's talk about something, a super simple 5-minute practice that didn't just, make one guy's morning a little better. It literally changed his entire life. You know that feeling, right? You wake up and bam, before your feet even hit the floor, your mind is it's a war zone. Worries, deadlines, stuff from yesterday, it's like you're already losing before the day's even started. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, stick around. This story is definitely for you. So we're going to follow this guy, Daniel. And for Daniel, waking up meant waking up angry, waking up with this heavy sense of dread every single day. But, and this is the crazy part, he stumbled upon this one simple practice that completely flipped the script on his whole life. Okay, so before we get to the big change, we've got to understand where he was coming from. We need to see the world through Daniel's eyes. And for him, waking up wasn't a gift, it was a battlefield. I mean, look, on paper, Daniel's life was fine. He had a steady job, a decent place to live, nothing you could really point to and say, that's the problem. But inside, it was a totally different story. Just this constant storm of dread, anger, stress, that nagging feeling that he just wasn't good enough.
And this kind of negativity, it doesn't just stay inside you, right? It leaks out. It was starting to poison his relationships, just casting this gray cloud over everything.
His girlfriend, Sarah, she saw it. And one morning, she just came out and said it. And her words hit him hard because he knew they were true. He was acting like life was some kind of punishment instead of the gift it's supposed to be. And that led to the breaking point. Sarah told him, I can't keep waking up next to someone who hates waking up. And look, it wasn't some dramatic ultimatum, but it was a wake-up call, a huge one. Daniel knew, right then and there, something had to give. This was it. This was the push he needed. So with all this weighing on him, he couldn't sleep. He goes for this super early morning walk in the park. And that's when he has this chance encounter. The kind you see in movies. He runs into this wise old gardener. Daniel, just desperate at this point, asks the guy, how are you so happy? And what the old man said back, well, it changed everything. It was a total paradigm shift for Daniel. The idea that happiness isn't something you find, it's something you practice, like a skill, like going to the gym for your mind. See, the gardener explained that Daniel was already practicing something every single day. He just didn't realize it. He was practicing negativity. Think about it like this. If you walk the same path in a forest every day, you wear a deep trail, right? Well, Daniel had spent years wearing a deep trail in his brain for worry and problems. He had, without meaning to, become an absolute expert at being negative. And the old man, being a gardener, gave him this beautiful analogy. He said, your mind is like a garden. Every morning, you've been choosing to plant these dark, heavy stones of worry and fear. But here's the secret. You can choose to plant something else. You can plant light stones of gratitude and appreciation. Okay, so that sounds nice, right? Plant light stones. But how do you actually do that? Well, this is where the old man gave him a super simple, totally concrete 5-minute plan. Here's the practice. He had to do it for 30 days. Rule number 1, and this is maybe the most important part. You do it before you touch your phone. No news, no emails, no scrolling, nothing. Rule number 2, write down 3 specific things you're grateful for. And I mean really specific, not just my job, but the feeling of finishing that tough report yesterday. Specificity is the magic ingredient here. And the gardener was smart. He gave him a heads up. He said, look, the first few days, it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel forced. Your brain is going to fight you on this. But he promised that after a week or so, something would shift. You'd start looking for good things during the day so you have something to write about. And after a month, your whole baseline, your default setting, could actually change. So what did Daniel do? He took the challenge. He said, okay, 30 days, I'm in. And what happened next? Well, it was nothing short of remarkable. Day 1 felt stupid, awkward. But then around day 12, something funny happened. He's in this super stressful meeting, and he finds himself noticing the way the sunlight is hitting the wall and thinks, I'll write that down tomorrow. By day 25, he was actually looking forward to waking up to do it. And at the end of the 30 days, his life on the outside was pretty much the same, but he was completely different. And that's when he realized what had happened. He said, I didn't realize how much I'd lost until I started finding it again. It wasn't that the joy was gone. It was just buried under years and years of him practicing the wrong thing. He just started practicing something new, So look, this whole story, it's not really just about Daniel. His story is a roadmap. It's about a choice that you and I, all of us, get to make every single morning. And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? The core lesson. You can't control what the world throws at you. You just can't. But you can always control where you point the flashlight of your attention. And whatever you shine that light on, well, that becomes your world.
So, here it is. Your turn. I'm challenging you. Tonight, before you go to sleep, just put a notebook and a pen by your bed. And tomorrow morning, before your phone, before anything, write down 3 specific things. Commit to it. Just try it and see what happens.
So, what's it going to be tomorrow morning? Are you going to reach for the phone and just let all that anxiety and noise flood in? Or are you going to take 5 minutes, just 5, to plant something good in your own mind? It's your call. Because that's what this all boils down to. Life doesn't get better by chance. It gets better by choice. It's not about waiting for things to be perfect. It's about making a small, conscious choice right at the start of your day. And that one little choice, when you practice it, it really can change everything.